So now in lesson 2, we're gonna talk about bubble letters and how you can create your bubble letters using this simple hand style here. So typically bubble letters consist of one color and an outline. So you can pick your favorite color, it'd be purple, yellow, whatever you want, and one outline. It could be a black, but always try to make sure that your outline is darker than your fill-in. So keep that in mind. In the first lesson, I told you guys how to create your hand styles with calligraphy, or what we like to call nonstop, basic, and then throwing in some style. But before we get started on your bubble letters, what I like to do to kind of warm me up and help me think outside the box is I like to do a little bit of art exercise. So I like to do circles because we do a lot of that in graffiti letters. You can start with a big circle, you can move on to a bigger circle, and just kind of, this doesn't have to be your canvas that you're using for your piece. You can grab a separate piece of paper to do this, and just make sure that you stay within the lines, inside the lines. Go small, go big. And another warm up that I like to do, because we are going to be using a lot of lines for our pieces, is lines. It's that simple. I like to connect dots. So this helps me keep my line straight. For example, we just connected 2 dots and we do a line. Just all you want to do is connect it to the next dot. And if you feel like the first one was a good line, you can move on and do bigger lines, longer lines. And this is just going to help you with the flow of your piece when you're working on it. So, again, take your time, but also create some flow when you're doing your piece. And now let's get into some bubble letters. So we're going to use my name again, Mr. Johnny Leggz. I'm going to take this hand style, okay? And I'm gonna turn that into a bubble letter, okay? So it's as simple as, writing your everyday name or whatever, or when you're doing your homework, just try to think simple in the beginning. Don't try to go too crazy and do crazy styles right away. So that's my base to my bubble letters right here. So now, I'm gonna take this basic hand style and I'm gonna turn it into a bubble letter. So what I like to do is you wanna work between the lines, okay? So right here, we grab this line, then we grab this line here, and you just wanna go in between your letters so that you can start creating that space in between and make it a bubble letter. Now, don't worry about being too perfect, because we can always go back and correct those mistakes. So, want to make sure that you're working between those lines to create that bubble effect. I know it looks a little confusing right now, but don't worry about that, because we're gonna get back into it and we're gonna start cleaning it up with other markers. So your first lesson, we covered hand styles. Second lesson, we covered a simple hand style and turned it into a bubble letter. Next lesson, lesson 3, we're gonna fill it in.